All right, let's have a little chat again between you and I, all of you and I. And that is a little chat of somewhat recent events, recent being relative. And some people consider everything that's happened since World War II to be recent. Some people consider anything that is older than 2 weeks old to be history, old news. So with that all being said, let's dive a little bit into this. Now we're going to dive into this by mentioning some of the stupidity that people are under. The incompetence is growing. And because the incompetence is growing so much, the road to hell can very well be paved with the best intentions. And I made a screenshot of some stuff that I'm going to be uploading. And lo and behold, I was watching a video of No Good Deed Goes Unpunished by Frederick Xavier about Jupiter and Cancer. But yeah, with the current incompetence going on, with just the vast amount of incompetence, and, I know part of it is, forced delusion, forced helplessness, gaslighting, showing fear and suppression and trying to censor the truth. And we all know what happens when you try to fight a thought, when you try to suppress it, when you try to fight against it. All you're doing is feeding it energy. And one of the things that has been getting a lot of energy, aside from, political war events and stuff like that, we got a little bit of, I keep getting stuff in my inbox and in my feed about male loneliness. So this isn't so much of my metaphysical rant. This is a rant on logic. This is a rant on just talking sense. I'm here to talk sense, regardless of your emotional, your emotional positions or, your moral or ethical positions or whatever. I'm here to talk sense in just plain logic. So, sense number one is literally stop blaming women for shit. It doesn't even make any sense. Like, you'll realize that when you look at the world and all the leaders in the world and all the corruption and the violence and everything, who are the leaders? You guessed it. Angry old men who are the control freaks in this world. Usually angry old men. Who are the people killing other men? Usually angry old men. Or young men. Who are the people sending young men off to die in war and then tell them that it's patriotism to kill other young men that are probably just as fucked up as you are. Let's be honest here. Angry old men. Now, I'm aware that, people argue that it's gynocentrism and, they're being emotionally blackmailed and emotionally manipulated to protect women, and, men are just under all this emotional control and psychological control to serve women and to be like slaves to them. I can tell you that's 100% bullshit. I'm a guy, and, I've dealt with other men. I've been with a lot of women. I'm not saying this to brag. I've had a lot of advancements in my career and in my opportunities in life because of women. It's because of women. I've had career opportunities because of women. I've had advancements in life because of women. I've made a lot of progress in life because of women. And so have many other men. I've also made progress and have been protected for and have been cared for and loved for by women. There are plenty of women out there that reach out to men, that want to help men, that want to love men. But if they keep getting blamed for the shit that men are doing, they're not going to get anywhere. They're just stupid. Yes, there are women that like to sleep around with other men, just as I used to like sleeping around. Well, I still do like sleeping around with other women. It's fun, but, it's not an existential urge for me. There are plenty of women that like to sleep around with other men, and there are plenty of men that like to sleep around with other women. But it's usually men controlling other men. Or are you seeing this pattern? It's common sense at this point. It just takes a little bit of thought. All you gotta do is call out the bullshit. The truth will set you free. And I know the power of psychological control. Yes, I know what psychological control can do to people. I know the power of the mind and the power of frequency and vibration. I'm aware of that. This is a metaphysical channel after all. However, we got to get down to the facts. That's the facts. Men are being controlled by other men. Men control other men and women. Now, in my career, I've had the opportunities of working for both men and women. I've had the opportunities of serving under the command of angry old men. And I've had the opportunities, good or bad, to serve and to have controlling and aggressive men as clients. Yes, it sucks. It's annoying. Like I said, I was not a good guy for most of my life. Was not a good guy. And I'm not going to blame it on trauma or abuse from parents or anything. Is it my fault that I'm this way? Maybe, maybe not. Is it my responsibility? Absolutely. And so is it everyone else's responsibility to let themselves free and to take control of their own life. Of course, when people do this, they try to deflect it and they'll gaslight and say that you don't want to take responsibility for your own life. You want to blame others. And no, you're not blaming others. You're taking the charge by breaking free of the control. You're breaking free of things. And that's how you take charge. You've taken it upon yourself to set yourself free. And it's kind of good timing since Saturn is ingressing into Aries. Now, for me, that's still in my first house, so, it's a little upheaval as of lately, but yeah, I guess, as cheesy as it sounds, to each their own. And Deo Presto Liber, even though I was never that much of a badass. Never felt the need to be. Well, I take that back. I actually have felt much of the need to be. Self-honesty. All right, that's it, guys.